Hello, all. Paul from Nature Out Loud here, and we are going live now. I think we're good to go. So welcome to everyone. This is our final in the series of Boogies in the Backyard. Today's theme is oceans. And before I jump into everything, I just wanted to give a quick shout out first to Dare County Arts Council for taking a chance with Nature Out Loud and with these virtual programs. It's just been really fun and a great opportunity. Special thanks to Jessica Sands, Chris Samhain, and Tatum over at the Dare County Arts Council. Secondly, I just wanted to also give a quick shout out to the rest of the band who is not here right now, but here is a little shot of them, and then I queued up a few fun photos of everybody from just over at our Facebook page, and yeah, there's everybody. So there's Maddie over there on the fun melodica. That's me, Paul, playing the guitar. Brian Postel is there on the guitar. You can see Andrew Darling on the bass back there, and there's Brian in a fun hat. There's another fun picture. That's my nephew Nico, and here we are at the Duck doing some fun stuff. And I was trying to get a better picture of Rick. Rick's back there on the drums, and Rick has been really, really essential to this whole project. He created all the fun logos that you see, and the album as well is mostly Rick's creation, or he was the producer, and you can find the album In the Ocean at our website. Okay, but enough talking. I think it's time for some music. So let me begin with the first. Oh, and for the first song, I'm going to actually break out the electric guitar today. And the first one that we're going to do is a little song called Algae. So today we're talking about the ocean, and one of the things that really keeps everything together in the oceans is algae. It's the base of the food chain. And for this song, whenever I say the word algae, you can say the word algae back. So it's algae, 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 just like that. And this is the only song I'm going to do today that wasn't written by me. This was written by two of my good friends, Pete Topping and Wick Pritchard, and I think my wife may have Rachel Veal also even threw in a verse there somewhere. And Karen Bader. All right, so here it is, Algae. Algae, algae, that's Mr. Algae to you. Algae, 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 that's Mr. Algae to you. I come in red, brown, and green, but that's not it. I'm a blue-green diatom and a dinoflagellate. If you go to the tide, pull it underneath your shoe. Chances are that I'm there too. Algae, algae, that's Mr. Algae to you. Algae, 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 that's Mr. Algae to you. Well, take your ice cream carton and see if you could see a crazy word that comes from me. It's called carrageenan, and did you know it makes ice cream creamy? Hey yo, algae, algae, that Mr. Algae to you. Alright, so that's algae, and algae can be really long and big, long algae like the algae in the kelp forests, and then it can also be microscopic. and it's really the base of the food chain. So now we're going to stick in the theme of green, but we're gonna talk a little turtles. But I'm gonna get my other instrument ready, and I'm gonna let Rachel help to introduce this song. So I'll be back with an acoustic guitar in a minute.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's music performance, and we are going to talk about a lot of animals that live in the ocean this week, as well as just talking about how the ocean works. So while Paul's getting his guitar ready, if you want to think about some of the creatures that live in the ocean, and if you want to write in the little message box, oh, hello Timothy, how are you today? Good to see you.
Hey Rachel, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Well, I'm okay. I was really excited that first week with the reptile theme, but it's kind of sad because, well, turtles don't live in the ocean.
Oh, well, you know what, Timothy? I actually have some good news for you then.
Oh,
Did you know that some turtles do live in the ocean?
oh yeah, my friend Coretta, the sea turtle, lives in the ocean.
It's true. And I have a friend named Caroletta. That's really funny. But yeah, some turtles, there's several species of turtles that live in the ocean. Can you think about when your friend Coretta, can you think about any ways that y'all look different?
Well, when I was talking to Coretta, I noticed she didn't have claws like I do. She had flippers.
It's true. So Coretta and other sea turtles, they have flippers. And that's because they live their whole lives in the water. The only time that they are ever on the land is right when they're born, when they're babies and they hatch, and then if they come back to lay eggs later on in life. And the rest of their lives, they're swimming or resting in the ocean the whole time. Versus you, who you hang out mainly in the forest, right?
Yeah, I like the forest.
Cool. So I think you should be able to hang out with us and enjoy some ocean songs today. In fact, it sounds like Paul's first song might be about sea turtles. Paul, are you about ready to play?
Paul! Paul! Okay, I am feeling I love turtles and I like the ocean, but I'm nervous and I think I'm gonna just watch from off screen.
Okay,
now.
That'll be fine.
Rachel, it was so fun talking to
you.
You
too, Timothy.
It's good to see everybody out there too. Hello everyone.
Okay, hey. See you again soon. Enjoyed the song.
Okay, bye Rachel.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I think Paul is almost ready, so be thinking.
Paul!
If you'll think about if you've ever seen a sea turtle, what kind of sea turtle you might have seen, and maybe Paul will tell us a little more about the turtles we can find here in North Carolina.
Oh man, tuning that guitar was hard work. Here it is though, it's all tuned up. I think it'll be a good one. All right, so the next tune, as I heard Timothy sing, is about sea turtles. So let me just cue up our lyrics here real quick, and then we can take a look. All right, so here it is. For this song, so everyone can kind of repeat after me. I'll say the different types of turtles that there are. You can see a little green sea turtle, that photo that Rachel took down at the bottom. But every time I say one of the names of the turtles, you can say the name back. So it would be like this: leatherback, green, loggerhead, hawksbill, Camps Ridley. All right, and there's the words down there in the corner for the 5 sea turtles of North Carolina. Leatherback, big sea green. Green eats leafy greens. Loggerhead, big old head. Hawksbill, like a bird beak, gets camps Ridley. Little bitty, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sea turtles in the state of NC. 5 sea turtles in the state of NC. May, June, and July, they come to the beach to lay their eggs. Cover up your sandcastles and all your holes and caves. She'll lay about 100 eggs that look like little ping pong balls. Leash up your dogs, let them dig them up with their paws. Alright, here we go. Leatherback, big sea green. Green eats leafy greens. Loggerhead, big old head. Hawksbill, like a bird beak, gets camps Ridley. Little bitty, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sea turtles in the state of NC. That's 5 sea turtles in the state of NC. Loggerhead, leatherback, don't forget the green. Hawksbill, a little camps Ridley. Loggerhead, leatherback, don't forget the green. Hawksbill, a little camps Ridley. Alright, so we've got how many sea turtles? 5 sea turtles. And if I ever get around to it, maybe I'll make my license plate say 5CTRLTLS, like the song. Alright, so in the ocean, we've got sea turtles with their, that's a beautiful photo there. I love that one of the green sea turtle. And then we've got 5 different ones. And it's a rough place, the ocean. The sea turtle is well adapted to life in the ocean. And that brings us to the next song that we're going to do. So I'm going to take the lyrics off for just a moment. The next one is about waves. And waves, I want you to think for a moment where waves come from. They're out there. Where do waves come from? So you get tsunamis, a big tsunami wave, that would usually come from some sort of underwater earthquake. But in general, I already gave it away, that's why I took away the lyrics. But in general, the place that waves come from when we're talking about, say, somebody surfing, and that's a fun photo of my friend Pete, who wrote the algae song that I sang earlier. He's surfing at a place in California right there. But anytime, if you see somebody surfing a wave, those waves come from wind. And for this song, we can do some hand motions. It's like this: building, 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 brick. Building, 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 brick. And then you do chop, 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 chop. And then swell. So the waves, the wind blows, causes a little ripple, and then eventually those ripples come together to form lines of swell, and then eventually, like you see in the screen there, I still don't have the mirror image thing down yet. There it is, right there with Pete. Eventually, those waves will meet the shore, and if it's in California, like the photo, it'll crash on a rocky shore, or if it's here in North Carolina, it'll break on the sandy beach. All right, well, let's sing a song about waves. That's what I was looking for. Perfect. Now I won't have hurt hands. Okay, so this is, think of where a wave begins. 1,000 miles away in the deepest ocean, waves come from wind. All right, here we go. Think of where a wave begins, 1,000 miles away in the deepest ocean. Waves come from wind, now say it again. Waves come from wind. Okay, so if you'd like, you can Building, 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 break. Building, 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 break. Chop, 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 chop. Swell. And then if we ever get to do live shows again, I like to do the wave right there, like you're in a big stadium with the wave going on. Wind blows on the water, causes a little ripple. This energy's alive long after the storm fizzles. White caps come together, forming lines of swell so clean, and the ocean looks like corduroy moving through the sea. Think of where a wave begins, 1,000 miles away in the deepest ocean. Waves come from wind, now say it again. Waves come from wind. Alright, get ready, here we go. Building, 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 break. Building, 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 break. Chop, 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 chop. Swell. Okay, so that is waves. Now, waves, if you weren't sure, you heard me say it a bunch of times now. Now we know waves for sure come from wind if we're talking about waves that somebody's riding on a bodyboard or body surfing. Now, a lot of times we might be exploring the tide or the shoreline, and this is a fun photo of my little nephew Nico and Rachel and Nico's mom on the shoreline. And a lot of times we think that you might be surprised when you go to the ocean and you see that change happening. It's about an hour later every day. And the reason that happens is because of, well, the tides. And the tides, I'm going to help you to understand the tides through my head. So pretend like my head is the earth. And then pretend like my fist is the moon. And you can try this out too if you're at home. So the moon moves around the earth like this. And if my nose is North Carolina, if the moon is here, it pulls on my nose. The gravity from the moon pulls on my nose, and it causes a high tide. And then as the moon comes over here, it's pulling, the moon is pulling here with the gravity, and it's pulling the water away from my nose, causing a low tide. And then through more complicated forces, we get another high tide when the moon is back here. And then when it comes over to here, we have another low tide. So high tide, low tide, high tide, low tide, back to high tide. So as the moon revolves around the earth, that's how we get the tides. And here is a song about the tides. It's a song that is, a friend of mine once said that there's always truth in stories, but the story may not be completely true, but you can always find truth. And that's kind of the way this goes. This is a story that I wrote from the perspective of me as a little kid hanging out with my mom. All right. High tide, low tide, tell me how it's done. Gotta be gravity from the moon and sun. High tide, low tide, tell me how it's done. Gotta be gravity from the moon and sun. When we spin to the moon, the tide gets high. We spin away from the moon, the tide goes low. And if you'd like, you can spin during this song. Spin, 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 spin. One day my mom and I went to the beach, and I wondered why 6 hours come and 6 hours pass. Our stuff got wet when it used to be dry. My mom turned to me and she said, that's what we call the tides. The moon's gravity pulls on the ocean and makes it go from low to high. High tide, low tide, tell me how it's done. Gotta be gravity from the moon and sun. High tide, low tide, tell me how it's done. Gotta be gravity from the moon and sun. When we spin to the moon, the tide gets high. We spin away from the moon, the tide goes low. We spin to the moon, the tide gets high. We spin away from the moon, the tide goes low, 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 low. So, I was doing this to sort of show where it would be in terms of the moon and when we would have the high tides, but it's really my head that would be spinning. So we'd go from high tide to low tide to high tide, and then I would have to make my head spin all the way around. Low tide and back to high tide. So it's the spinning of my head, which in this case was the earth, that causes the tides. Okay, so now we are going to, I think we're gonna talk to a special guest. I think I see her coming over, and it's a new friend. I was a little confused though. Hi, this is Peggy. Hi Peggy, how are you?
Hi, Paul.
So Peggy, I saw you coming over, and it was exciting to have you, but I'm not sure. The theme today is the ocean. You're not an ocean animal.
Well, actually, Paul, this week I'm a sea pig.
A sea pig? There's no such thing as a... What's a sea pig?
A sea pig lives deep in the ocean, and I am a relative of sea cucumbers and starfish and sea urchin. Sea pig. In fact, if you'll cue up the next slide, the audience can see what a sea pig looks
A
like.
sea pig? Let me... What?
Right?
Oh my goodness. What is that creature?
Sea pig.
So this is a cousin of a sea... I know sea cucumbers and and starfish and sand dollars are in that group too. That is amazing. And let me see. This is another... Oh, there's a pretty picture of a starfish. And here's another one, another cousin, the sea urchin. Well, so funny enough, Peggy, I have a song about sea stars, like the one we see in the...
Sea star? What's a sea star?
Well, just like you're a sea pig, the sea pig is not actually a pig.
No, that's
so the starfish is not actually a fish, so we call them a sea. So this song's called the Sea Star.
I see.
Song.
Very clever. Well, can I hang out and listen to your song?
I would love that, Peggy. It was really good. Who knew that a pig would fit in with a ocean theme? Okay, well, Peggy, it was so good to introduce you to everybody, and it was good to see you. And now I think we'll do a song about a sea star. Okay, so let me try to cue up our lyrics for this one. Let me see what we have here. I think that's it. That looks like still sea turtles. And there's the Sea Star song. So I like this one because sea stars are really cool. But also, some of us out there might feel like you like to shine and be a star. And whether that's something that you like to do in front of a whole lot of people or in a virtual program, you can just do it, just kind of dance just with you and your friends and family. And so this is a time that everybody hopefully can be a star. So this is called Be a Sea Star. Oh, and the first lines of this song are 2 feet. That's how sea stars wrap around and hold on to things. 2 feet, 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 2 feet. 'Cause you're a sea star with 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. You're a sea star, you got 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. Today I want you all to be a sea star, so let's learn a little bit about who you are. Echinodermata. If you don't know this word, well, you oughta. Echinodermata means spiny skin. It's animals like sand dollars and sea urchins, but you're a sea star. You got 2 feet. Slide your belly out. There's how you eat. You're a sea star. You got 2 feet. Slide your belly out. There's how you eat. 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. Sea star with 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. A sea star with 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. You're in salt water all the time. You're not a fish 'cause you have no spine. You got little pincers all over your skin, so that if things land on you, you can get rid of them. And you got little eyes on the end of your arms, so that if you get hungry, you can see where you are. 'Cause you're a sea star, you got 2 feet. Slide your belly out, there's how you eat. You're a sea star, you got 2 feet. Slide your belly out, there's how you eat. 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. A sea star with 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. A sea star with 5 rays, a predator in the food chain. So sea stars. You might have noticed today we've done sea turtles, we've done waves and tides, and now sea stars, and I'm going to do a crab and a jellyfish song as well. I have a bunch of songs about fish, and Dare County Arts Council has really gotten me excited about these virtual programs, and I'm probably going to do some fish-themed programs coming up soon on the Nature Out Loud Facebook page. So I know many of you out there love crabs, and one of my favorite types of crabs to look at is the hermit crab. So the hermit crab uses the shell of a snail in order to get to a place to live. So this is all about the hermit crab. I do some songs that are a little bit more advanced, like the Sea Star song, which has the phylum Echinodermata. That's kind of a big word. But this one's kind of a younger person's song, and there's a lot of repeat after me with this. So the whole verse is kind of a repeat after me. All right, so here it is. Hermit crab. Say, hey, hermit crab, why do you have a shell on your back? Say, hey, don't you know? Shell on my back is my home. I'm a hermit crab with my home on my back. Hermit crab with my home on my back. What does the hermit crab have? What does the hermit crab have? 10 legs, 10 legs. Hermit crabs have 10 legs. 10 legs, 10 legs. Home on my back. Say, hey, hermit crab, why do you have a shell on your back? Say, hey, don't you know? Shell on my back is my home. I'm a hermit crab with my home on my back. Hermit crab with my home on on my back. What does the hermit crab have? What does the hermit crab have? 2 claws, 2 claws. Hermit crabs have 2 claws. 2 claws, 10 legs. 2 claws, 10 legs. Home on my back. Say, hey, hermit crab, why do you have a shell on your back? Say, hey, don't you know? Shell on my back is my home. I'm a hermit crab with my home on my back. Hermit crab with my home on my back. What does the hermit crab have? What does the hermit crab have? 1 shell, 1 shell. Hermit crabs have 1 shell. 1 shell, 1 shell. 2 claws, 2 claws. 10 legs, 10 legs. Home on my back. Say, hey, hermit crab, why do you have a shell on your back? Say, hey, don't you know? Shell on my back is my home. I'm a hermit crab with my home on my back. Hermit crab with my home on my back. What does the hermit crab have? What does the hermit crab have? 100,000 eggs, 100,000 eggs. Hermit crabs lay 100,000 eggs. 100,000 eggs, 100,000 eggs. 1 shell, 1 shell. 2 claws, 2 claws. 10 legs, 10 legs. Home on my back. 100,000 eggs, 100,000 eggs. 1 shell, 1 shell. 2 claws, 2 claws. 10 legs, 10 legs. Home on my back. 100,000 eggs, 100,000 eggs. 1 shell, 1 shell. 2 claws, 2 claws. 10 legs, 10 legs. Home on my back. Alright, so that's the hermit crab song. 100,000 eggs. That may seem like a ton, but for invertebrates, animals without backbones, laying a whole bunch of eggs and hoping for the best is kind of the way they do it. Alright, so we spoke about spiny-skinned animals. We spoke about the sea turtles that have very hard shells. We talked about the hermit crab that has a hard shell that they use from a snail. Now we're going to get to a very, very squishy animal. And the final song that I'm going to do today is called Jelly Jelly. You can see the lyrics right there. So anytime I say jelly, jelly, you can say jelly, jelly. And then this song, I think Rachel is going to help do the dance moves. So let me move over just a pinch. And if you look at Rachel, she will show you the dance moves. So it's like this. Jelly, 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 jelly. Ain't got no hands, ain't got no feet. Jelly, 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 jelly. Stinging cells that protect me. Jelly, 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 jelly. Tentacles, feeding arms are how I eat. Jelly, 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 jelly. All I really have is a bell and a belly. All right, so I'll say jelly, jelly, then you say jelly, jelly, and then we say the last part all together. So I wrote the lyrics to the song, but I do want to give another shout out to my good bud, Wick Pritchard. He wrote another song called Anemone, Anemone, that was just the chorus, and then I sort of adapted it. So thanks to Wick for the awesome idea for this song. All right, so here it is, Jelly, Jelly. Jelly, 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 jelly. Ain't got no hands, ain't got no feet. Jelly, 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 stinging cells that protect me. Jelly, 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 jelly. Tentacles, feeding arms are how I eat. Jelly, 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 jelly. All I really have is a bell and a belly. So I'm going to sing about something called cnidarians. And cnidarian is the phylum or group of animals that jellyfish, anemones, corals, any animals with stinging cells are a part of. Like, I am a cnidarian, that means anemone is my cousin. So I kinda look like an upside down version of him. We both have nematocysts, that is cells that sting. Mine kind of hurt, anemones just feel sticky. Jelly, 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 jelly. Ain't got no hands, ain't got no feet. Jelly, 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 jelly. Stinging cells that protect me. Jelly, 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 jelly. Tentacles, feeding arms are how I eat. Jelly, 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 jelly. All I really have is a bell and a belly. So this song, we have this, you'll see Rachel's sweet shirt back there in the ocean. She put those together when we released the In the Ocean album last summer. And if you go to our website, you can find all these tunes and maybe give some support to Dare County Arts Council. Maybe make a donation to them. All right, here's the next verse. I start my life as a planula, so small and strange. Then I find a rock attached, then start to change. Now I'm a polyp, I look like an anemone. Then I turn into a Medusa and look like a jelly. Jelly, 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 jelly. Ain't got no hands, ain't got no feet. Jelly, 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 jelly. Stinging cells that protect me. Jelly, 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 jelly. Tentacles, feeding arms are how I eat. Jelly, 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 jelly. All I really have is a bell and a belly. My body's soft, our numbers grow and grow. Ocean chemistry's changing, I wouldn't even know. In the air and ocean, there's a lot of CO2. It affects things with shells, but also people like me and you. Jelly, 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 jelly. Ain't got no hands, ain't got no feet. Jelly, 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 jelly. Stinging cells that protect me. Jelly, 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 jelly. Tentacles, feeding arms are how I eat. Jelly, 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 jelly. All I really have is a bell and a belly. So right now, if you'd like, you can pretend like you're a jellyfish, and do your best jelly song or dance. And then if you'd like, you can yell out the phrase, I am a cnidarian. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I am a cnidarian. 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 So that's Jelly Jelly. This has been Nature Out Loud Tunes, and it's been so fun to be here with you all. Please check us out on our Facebook page, give us a like, and check out our website. We've got some tunes there, and I hope to get some more tunes up there again soon. Thank you to Dare County Arts Council, and thank you to all little puppets everywhere. Puppets have been so much fun. Goodbye, Timothy. Goodbye, Peggy. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.